Well, hello everybody. Today we got the little review for you today. From Geek Vape, the Aegis Boost, and I finally got in my RBA deck, so I've been playing with it for a few days, and it's pretty good. Let's take a look and see what we could do. So as you can see, with at least the single coil RBA deck, as well as really the normal commercialized cartridge coils, whatever. Those things, good. This is actually the other deck. You see, that's a little different style. This pod's a little different with the coil inside, and and it gets put in over on this side. It's anyway. Let me just talk about it, and I'll describe what my thoughts are. It's I actually got this because I'm into small, tiny mods. A lot of people like their dual battery mods because they last longer. You don't have to change the batteries as much. Um, a lot of people have thoughts. Some like even triple battery mods, quad battery mods. Hammer of God or whatnot, and they're all good. All these mods are good. Everybody has their own styles. But I like small and light mods because I don't drive at this time. I don't have a car at this time. So everything has to go in my pockets. You know what I mean? If I'm going grocery shopping or I'm doing something, I'm usually either walking a few blocks or walking a lot of blocks if I'm going to the big supermarket. And I don't want to carry around something like a DS, which is heavy and for me, this is very compact for a dual battery mod. I mean, this slips in your pocket really, really nice, but it's too heavy. Especially during the summertime, I wear a lot of shorts. So if you wear a lot of gym shorts or basketball shorts, those where you don't have any strings attached to like a bathing suit, this is going to pull down my shorts walking down the street in 2 seconds, and everybody's going to see me in my undies. You know what I mean? Um, so carrying something like that, no. I'd much rather carry something like this. The Pulse 80, even though I have it updated to do 90 watts, is lightweight, a single battery. It's also a squonk. I'm very much into squonks. I don't hate dripping, but that's another thing to carry in your pocket. You understand? So a squonk is more or less like a tank. Has the capacity of juice as a tank, but you have the RDA on top. The benefits of all of that. The flavor, the clouds, the everything. That to me, I'd much rather carry this than a DS. And on top of it, if I'm going to be out of the house for a long, long time, like say I'm spending the whole day in the city because I have friends come in from out of town, or I might be doing a lot of shopping, or maybe I'm just doing restaurant reviews. Like sometimes on my foodie channel, on my foodie group, I'll post up videos of places I eat in the city, and I much rather carry this because this 5 ml bottle of juice will last me basically the whole day I'm in the city, and I technically don't even need to carry a spare battery. It'll last me. It's good enough. This will last me the day. And if I really feel that I might spend too much time in the city and might not come home late, I might carry a spare battery just to get the last mill of juice out of here, and not have to worry that, oh no, my battery's dead. I can't vape for the last hour I'm in the city. You know what I'm saying? So I like this. It's really good, but again, it's I wouldn't say it's too big. Okay, it's certainly not too big for me, but I'd rather something a little smaller, even, especially in the summertime when I don't have a lot of pockets on me. I don't have any jackets or coats, or I just closed my window in my room because I got my room really foggy. I had to have it wide open, so I put my hoodie on. You know, I'm not wearing a hoodie. I'm not wearing a jacket. I don't have all these pockets during the summertime. You know, I'd like something small like this. And I actually kind of like it. It has a lot of pros, but it also has a lot of cons. And I usually don't do a video if it has too many cons because I don't like to knock companies. I don't like to put them down. I'd rather just not review it. Like, if I kind of change my diet, if some people don't know, so I don't eat really like meat or dairy, that kind of stuff. And if I find some fake cheese or find some fake meat that I don't like, I'd rather not take a picture of it and not, show it off of what I'm eating, or anything of that nature, than to knock the company or bust its balls or say, "Oh, don't buy this. I don't. It's horrible." I'd rather just not post a picture. But this has enough pros that I'm willing to do a review on it and post this. I just feel it has a couple of cons too, and I want to put out those warnings so that if you feel that, hey, everybody, it's so popular and everybody's buying it and so on and so forth, I should buy it too. And that's kind of how I felt. Everybody's buying this, everybody's vaping on it, even if it's just once in a blue moon. Maybe this will be a good mod to just go out and run and go get a container of milk, or maybe go to the beach and spend half a day on the beach, and I don't have to carry a big heavy mod in my pocket. And this will save me a lot of room in my pockets. And in some ways, it is. I find that this takes up literally no room. If you think about it, it's maybe the same height, but it's half the size. In your pockets. It's just, and it's lighter, and it's just for a single coil. Just to give you an idea of what the RBA deck looks like inside. For a small tiny deck, this thing really puts out some clouds. I'm really impressed. Even the standard coil pods, even the regular coil pods, that thing, 25-30 watts. I'm vaping this right now at 25 watts. Last night I put out a video late at night, 11:30, 12 midnight, something like that. I posted a video. I was vaping at 30 watts. Clouds for days. Clouds for days. So I really can't complain. And you might say, oh, 25, 30 watts. Well, I'm only doing like 40 watts on the other mod. Sometimes 45, 47 watts on my pulse. So it's not that much of a difference. And just what? So, it's not like I'm hanging out outside vaping all day. I'm just running to get my milk or just running to get my bread or something like that. I'm not spending forever outside. And on those rare days where I do spend all day outside, what's the big deal? I come home, then I hit the big boy stuff. You know what I mean? So to me, this Geek Vape is very convenient, very nice. Look at this. This is nice. And just to kind of show you what the other pod hits like, I'll try to pull this off and put this on. Okay, it's really, you have like a little release here and you press this and it comes off, see? And then it just snaps into place. All right, And it's gonna tell you you got a new coil or whatever, whatever, blah blah blah. Is it on the right? Yeah, it's on 25 watts. So you can't complain about, how much vapor you're getting, how much it really hits. It's okay. Even at those low wattages, it'll give you your little fix during times when you can't bust out the real clouds. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you're going to be around a lot of people, or you're going to a party and you don't want to bust the big huge clouds, whether inside or outside of the house. You got everybody around you. You don't want to annoy people. Like I live right by a busy avenue. There's shopping all up and down the street. So there's everybody comes from everywhere to this avenue to do either minor grocery shopping, or to buy their shoes, or to buy jackets, or to buy, their pharmacy goods or something like that, or even to eat. There's restaurants all up and down. I live like in a mini Chinatown, and so there's Chinese people come from miles just to eat in authentic Chinese restaurants, and you got Mexican restaurants here, so Mexicans come from everywhere to go to Mexican restaurants. You got a whole bunch of stuff for every. It's just open. This is a very busy avenue, very busy avenue. Wow, I like the juice in here. This is moon sugar, that I got from Liquid Bar, and this is really good. Let me taste this again. Yeah, that's dynamite, boy. But you know, there's some cons, and you know what? Let me leave this on. I got an even better idea. There are some cons. There are some cons, and the first con I feel is, especially on the RBA deck, is filling it up. What a pain in the neck to fill the both pods. Either one, they're a pain in the neck. But this one especially, and I'll show you the difference. On this pod, it has like a different drip tip, it has a drip tip on it, a removable. Let's see if I can get it, it's kind of half slippery. It's removable, but you can leave it on and fill it up. And you just sort of like, let me see. Yeah, that's a good look. You see this little rubber piece here? You just get your nail under there or something, and you kind of pry it open. Let's see if you could try to get it in a good light. It's hard. You see what I'm saying? So you have a little hole there. This rubber gasket here. I know it's kind of hard to see, black on black on black on black. Okay, and you have one little hole there. And you must use these style tips in order to fill it. Okay, if you try to fill it with something like this, it ain't gonna work. It's just not gonna work. You must use a tip like this. It's the only way that you'll be able to get it into the hole, okay, to fill it up with juice. The next thing I hate is that it's hard to fill up. I always seem to get like an air bubble in there or something like that, and then with the air bubble, it kind of pushes out the juice. So as I'm trying to fill it up, and then when you close it, there's juice on here, and it sometimes gets juice everywhere, and your fingers get all wet, and everything gets all juicy, and you must have a piece of paper towel. And even just doing what I just did, I feel like I got my fingers all, juiced up. You know what I'm saying? So that's to me, they designed the fill mechanism bad. You see how how this is like slanted downward. This should have been just across. That would have not only given you like maybe another half a mil of juice in there, but it would have been easier to fill up. They angled it down, so you kind of have to tilt it, and which is best anyway. But you know what I'm saying? It's just the way they designed it is kind of poor for me. It just, But with this, but with this, it's even worse. You can't even fill it up because the RBA deck is in the way. You understand? Look at this. Now I'm getting juice everywhere because I'm being an idiot. You know how these bottles, they just collect juice up here at the top every time a little bit comes out the nozzle or whatever. And so, you know, so now to fill this up, to fill up the RBA deck, you must remove the top cap, and then you could fill it. Come on. You couldn't figure out a better way to design this? You know? I mean, it's just... It makes it inconvenient. You know what I'm saying? And then the next thing. It may look really nice that this is all blacked out, you know? But I would have liked it much better if it was clear. Because at night, even if I have my lights on, I don't even have my room light on right now. I'm just going by the light of the window. At night, even with the light on, I can't see through this window to see if, you know, the juice level. I don't know, especially this one. That one, I could tilt it and see an air bubble sometime, you know, something like this if I turn it around. I can't see nothing in this RBA deck. Nothing. I don't know if it's empty. I don't know if it's full. I only know it's empty as the wicks are drying out, if that makes sense. And like some of those, I don't even remember what they're called. Remember those tanks that it was like an RDA deck on top and the tank down at the bottom, and you had to hold them upside down to get the wicks wet? With this RBA deck, you have to kind of do the same thing too. Especially if this is getting half empty or 3/4 of the way empty. And I don't know if it's full or empty until I start getting dry wicks. And I would have much rather this been clear. Again, it may look cool. The design of it, again, even like with the slanted top here, it may look cool. It may look, oh, wow, that's nice. It's fancy. I would have much rather it straight across. May have given you an extra half a mil to a mil of juice. It would have been better. I don't know. Let's take another vape. Oh, I forgot to register the coil. Yeah, so filling it is a pain in the neck, especially in the RBA base. Cleaning them is fine. Cleaning them is nice, simple, and easy. I have really no problem. It's been a pleasure. I'm not into tanks, so I'm not used to like cleaning. Even though they call this a pod, it's basically a tank. Especially on this one, I've used this more than the RBA deck. The RBA deck I only have for like 2 or 3 days, and I've been using this practically every day for a while now, a few weeks, and it's cool to clean. I don't have a problem. I think the only problem is I have a hard time pulling out the coil. I got it out this time. Whoa! Yeah, that was a bad move. Okay, I forgot that when you pull out, see, that's another thing. When you pull out this coil, everything leaks. and I forgot. You know, of course, I'm not used to doing tanks and stuff. I'm an idiot or whatever. You know, the tank is what holds. I mean, the coil is what holds all the juice in. It holds the juice in not only from the bottom but also from the drip tip and everything, and it'll even come out the airflow control valve, which is over here, and you can spin it. This one is very tight, my airflow control on this. So that's good. But on the other one, on the RBA deck, it's very loose. So it spins very easy. And a couple of times, you know, like after filling it, I shut it. And I'm like, how come I got no airflow? You know? Okay, whatever. Nitpicky. Okay, really nitpicky. But usually I have a hard time getting that coil out. That's the only thing when it comes to like cleaning it, to get that coil out, to wash it out and get everything clean without soaking wet my coil. Sometimes it was a pain in the neck. This one was a little easier. This is actually my second coil. And those coils in these pods, okay, actually last me a long time. Okay, I mean, in fact, I changed it even before I lost any flavor. I think I used it for like 2 weeks or something like that, and I still didn't lose any flavor. So at least for me, and the juice that I used, the flavor was really good, and it lasted, and I didn't feel like it went away, even if I changed flavors. You know what I mean? Strawberry milk to some cookies, to some custards, to back to strawberry milks. No problem. Didn't do anything. The coil lasted and lasted and lasted. And I eventually, like I said, just tossed out the coil to see if I lost any flavor and just didn't notice it yet because it was lasting so long. I don't know. Let's have another vape. So coils and maybe coil quality. If you're not into building or something and you just need a good pod system to vape, at least the direct lung coils are great. Okay? I haven't really tested out the mouth to lung yet, and that's what we're getting to next. Let me just have one last hit over here real quick before we move on to that. Alrighty, so yeah, see, got juice on I feel like I have juice all over my fingers. I don't think I have it anywhere on my mod, but you know, once you know, like that bothers me. See, like now I want to wash my hands because I messed with that coil and got juice everywhere. And thankfully I only spilt a little bit on the floor or whatever. No biggie. I'll clean that up later. But I got an extra pod here. Let's pull it out. Let's throw a mouth to lung coil in it and test it right here on camera. See what we got. So you open it up and you got, you know, the stuff that you should throw in your cornflakes and eat it, right? You got the silica gel, and that's great on cornflakes. And we got the pod, okay? And the pod has the direct lung coil in it. And then you have another mouthpiece, another coil, which just fell underneath the radiator, and I got to go digging for it. So I'm going to pause the video just for a second and go get it. Alrighty. Is it working? Is it counting? Oh, yes, it's working. Alrighty, so I didn't mess up the video. So it also got a different coil in here. This is the mouth to lung coil. And brand new, right out of the box. Never even opened up this box. Let's see if I can get this coil out. Oh, I'm getting it. It is, wow. I'm telling you, like I feel like I'm going to break a nail. You know what I'm saying? Let me not drop this down there. Get that dirty. Okay. And they're just normal punch through. You know, you've seen these things. This is how you All right, we'll take the coil out and we'll shove it in. We'll shove this in. All right. And let's see here. Let's right away. Oh, see, this seems like really hard to turn. Also, this is really hard to turn. Okay. I'm going to close it down a lot, maybe 3/4 of the way. Wow, that was really hard. All right. I also kind of like that it has this cover because, like, you go to the beach or something, you don't want sand getting into your stuff. You know what I mean? So that's actually, I kind of like this, you know, that it has a cap, at least for this style pod. All right. Now we're going to fill it up with juice. I'm going to show you how ridiculous it is to fill it with juice. Okay, we open up the little flap, right? See, we got the air, we got the hole there, right? And that's where the fill port is. Now let's see here. Take a little bit of moon sugar that I have here. And I kind of like to hold it like this, stick it in, and fill it up. And because it's daytime, and I have light from my window, I could see inside pretty clear and pretty good on this pod. I could see it filling up. I know when to stop. I know when to go, when to stop, or whatever. I'm not going to fill it completely all the way. Like, you're going to want to fill it up more and more and more. And I'm going to sit here and tell you nope. Because if you do, you try to force more in there, you're just going to start spilling out. And so it's really only about 3/4 of the way full. All right? Maybe 4/5 of the way full. And that's okay. And actually, I did a much better job than I thought. It's almost like 8/10, 9/10 full. Would never be able to get that full at night. I'd try to overfill it and spill it, and it'd go down the mod, get all everywhere, and all right. Let me just put this bottle back. And let me double check this pod, because I don't do no amount to lung. And so I don't even know what wattage. It says 15 to 25 watts, whereas the direct lung coil is 25 to 33 watts, it says. But you could go a little over, a little under, and they work. Okay, 15 to 25 watts. I'm not gonna try it on 25 watts at first. I'm gonna try it. Let's see, we gotta remove this, right? And you see, when you remove this, you almost always press the trigger button when you remove this. So you gotta, I don't know, you gotta like almost do it from the very tippy top, you know. And that's how it's designed underneath. So it's underneath for this, for the RBA deck. Anyway, let's pop this on. Okay, we did the new coil. I'm gonna lower this to 15 watts at first, right? Yeah, I'm gonna do it at 15 watts at first. I don't even remember how to smoke a regular cigarette anymore. We're gonna try. I don't know, or do a mouth to lung. I don't even know. I mean, like, even mouth to lung vapes that you buy, like little Juuls or Enjoys or whatever, I direct lung them. I suck them like sucking a golf ball through a hose. I just get it all out, and you can laugh. I don't care. Okay, I direct lung even those and blow a big cloud of those. Really, I do. I don't care. I don't even know if I'm working this. Oh yeah, see, now it's asking me to have a new coil. It was not bad. Let me see if I make this tighter. If that gets a better result. I don't know. I'm going to make it a little tighter. Almost like 95% tight. Oh, yeah, it's tight. Now, that's a good mouth to lung, but you have to have it like 95% closed. Yeah. Yeah. So I wouldn't call it maybe the best mouth to lung or anything of that nature, but as long as it's like, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, it's just the teeniest, tiniest hole right there in that corner. Okay? Right there. That, I mean, that's how much open I got it. I'm sure it's not the best. I'm sure you shouldn't buy this because this is the most awesome mouth to lung vape out there, but it's decent. Decent. It's acceptable. Okay? It's acceptable, but it's coming off right now because not for me. Not for me. But let me see something here. Yeah, see, I filled this. I filled this one up pretty good too. I filled this up just before I started this. I filled this one up really good too. But usually I have like a big air bubble in there. Just my luck, you know what I'm saying? Uh, so like, and that's my next con. This is a 3.7 mil juice capacity, and oh my god, I am just, maybe because I'm not a tank person, maybe I'm not a whatever, but that's too small. Why they couldn't make that at least four, or forget it, at least four and a, yeah, at least 4.5, if not 5 mils. Even if you made this a couple of millimeters taller, it wouldn't have mattered. Nobody would have cared. I don't know how people do it in the UK with 2 mil juice capacities. It's no wonder everybody in the UK is cracking open their tanks and pulling out this plug, and I heard somebody even took one of these apart to pull out the little piece in there to get it to a 2 mil juice capacity. It's not enough. And how do I know? Because this is only a 2 mil juice capacity. Oh man, I wish I would have known. I would have 2 mils. See, that's where I could never take this into the city. That just destroyed it. The whole thing right there. I need a good 4 to 5 mils like this. This is 5 mil juice capacity to go into the city and spend my time all day in the city. I'm just going into the city for an hour or two, coming home. This is fine. But if I'm going there for breakfast, for lunch, for grocery shopping, and then maybe even dinner too before coming home, I have to what now? Carry an extra bottle of juice? Well, that defeats the purpose of going with a smaller mod than this. You know what I mean? If I gotta carry another bottle of juice, no good. You know? So is this worth it to me? I mean, in some ways I'm glad I got it. Like I said, if I just run out of the house to get a container of milk, or I want to grab some pizza, or this or that, or whatever the case may be, and come home, I'm grabbing this every single time. Because, like I said, I'm on a busy avenue. I don't want to bust out these big, huge clouds. I don't want to. I don't want to bother a bunch of people with me vaping. A lot of times before I go into a store, I may hang out for a minute or two, take a few puffs, and then go into the store. And I don't want to bother anybody. I don't want to be rude. You know what I mean? Um, but to go into the city and spend the whole day in the city with just 2 mils of juice, no. So that means I got to take an extra pod with me at least. You know what I'm saying? And that's not a horrible thing. I mean, come on, this is not a lot of space in my pockets. At least now while it's still somewhat wintertime, it's not a problem at all. I mean, I'm really nitpicking here. You know what I'm saying? But for me to go into the city and spend all day in the city without extra pods or without a bottle of juice, no. Just no. Let's see what else is a good thing here. Let me put it on 30 watts because let's take one more big one. Right? Is it good? Oh, gotta register the coil. Yeah, 30 watts on this it's nice on 30 watts. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Um, but what could I tell you? You know what I'm saying? That's so. Like I said, filling it is. It's hard to see juice levels. That's a con. Um, they it hits and it works real well. I can't complain with that. Battery life, battery life. This was something that even my friend Steven was asking me about. What's the battery life like this? The battery life isn't so bad. I truly didn't test it enough with this, and let's face it, you can put different coils in it in here at any time. This is like a 0.28 ohm coil that for whatever reason I think is registering. Let's see. Yeah, it's like registering at 0.31 now for whatever reason, but like last night and all day yesterday or today, it was at like 0.28, 0.29. But since you could put different coils in here, it's it's hard to tell you battery life, whatever. It's a 1500 milliamp battery, and what I can say is on the mouth to lung one, not the mouth to lung one, on the direct lung coil here, I get basically 4 pods worth of vaping on a battery. Okay, then it's either almost dead or it is. I never killed it, but it's time to charge. You know what I'm saying? So this is, like I said, a 3.7 mil juice capacity, whereas the other one's only 2 mils. So it's probably like this is basically 4 pods full, and that'll probably be about like 4 to 6. It depends on your coil. It could be even 7 or 8. But it's going to depend on your coil that you put in. So there's no consistency. Whereas those direct lung coils are what are they again here? I'm going to see if they say it here on here. It says a 0.4 ohm coil, but really it always came out to like 0.38 for me. Even when I changed to a new coil, it came out as 0.38. So that, at a 0.38, if I have it, say, a 0.38 in this even, it'll last me, I guess, 6 of these. All right, so it's not bad. It's not horrible for only a 1500 milliamp battery. Then the other thing, I don't know if it's a pro or a con. That's going to be on you. I'm used to very fast chargers, especially with my new cell phone that I'm recording this on. I'm used to very fast chargers, and this charges very slowly. I didn't time it. I'm not going to go to that length of a review to time this, but a long time. From dead to full, it's at least an hour. Maybe it's more. It just seems to take forever. Okay, to me, it seems like it takes forever. It's at least an hour. Okay, if you feel like you're gonna just plug it in real quick into this little port right here, it's another rubber gasket because this is like semi-waterproof or whatever. Okay, let's see if I can get in the right light. See that? That's the charging port. And it's nice. I like that it's attached. You can't lose it. I like that. That's really nice. And the rest is like kind of rubberized around the sides and the top. And I never dropped it, so I can't say how good it is that way or something like that. But I could imagine this is going to last, dropping. And I really also, now that I look at this, I really like the black leather on the back. It really just makes everything look nice, to me. But, so charging it is like dirt slow, but I don't know, so you're not going to be able to just plug it in and for 5 or 10 minutes and be able to go out for a few minutes and come back, no problem. No, you really have to leave it on the charger, let it charge up. It's not going to do it quickly. It's whatever, whatever, but I'm just saying, you know what I mean? I'm just saying that takes a while. That could be a pro to some people because it'll save your battery and prevent your battery from dying on you, or it'll sort of last for at least a good couple of years. Or for me, I like quick charging. I like fast charging. I want to just plug it in and remove it in 10 minutes and be able to go get my container of milk. That's a con to me. It might not be a con to you. You know what I'm saying? So, your mileage might vary or whatever. Or your thoughts might be different than mine. Everybody thinks differently. And I'm not judging anybody if they say, "Oh, Harry, that's how it's supposed to be." Okay, that sounds good. That's how it's supposed to be. Whatever. You know what I mean? To me, I'm so used to swapping batteries and swapping batteries and swapping batteries every time I want to vape and the batteries are dead that I'm just not used to charging a mod that has a battery built in. And for me, I'm not used to it. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying it's the biggest con in the world. I'm being nitpicky. Everything I'm doing is being nitpicky. Other people are probably like, "Oh, Harry, what's the big deal about removing the top cap? And what's the big deal, that it's only a small thing? It's a pod, Harry. It's a pod. You're not supposed to be vaping your brains out with a pod. This is just to vape at work every now and then on your smoke break and just on your ride home from work or something like that. What's the big deal? It's just a little something." Or I only vape, 20 watts anyway, 30 watts anyway. What's the big deal, Harry? You don't need to bust out these big clouds. I hear you. Everybody's different. You know what I mean? But I don't regret the purchase. I just wouldn't highly recommend it. And that's my point. This is very good. I like it a lot. I'm glad I got it. I will occasionally use it. It's the second mod in my lineup right now. I every day since I got it, it's my second mod in my lineup, and I vape 3 to 4, sometimes 5 different flavors in a single day. This is my second. So it's got that going for it. If this is second in my lineup, it's got to be fairly good. You know what I'm saying? But would I tell people that this is the shit you gotta get? You must have this. This is the one you must. Oh wow. No, no. I am. I'll be honest. As much as I will occasionally watch an RDA, a tank, or a mod review today, I've basically almost stopped watching vape review videos because it's all on pods and I'm just not a pod person. I got this to see if a pod would be right for me. You know what I'm saying? That's how it was like when I got my first RDA. I was vaping, smock tanks, T at V4, and then the T at V4 Mini. I was very happy with those tanks. I know other people had leaking issues or whatever, but I never had any leaking issues with those tanks. Easy to find coils. You could buy them online, or if you ran out of coils from online and you needed an emergency, you could find them in any vape shop. Just walk on in every vape shop in my neighborhood, in the city, anywhere you go. It's easy to find. But then I got my first RDA and it was like, can never be a tank person again. And that was the same thing when I tried mechanical mods. Even though I really do love my Pulse 80 watt, I'm not a regulated kind of guy. I'll occasionally buy some regulateds because I prefer to build on a regulated. As I don't have like a build deck, one of those build things. But I prefer mechanicals and I prefer RDAs and I prefer squonks. You know, I know this is not new. I know this is old as hell. Both the Cali is old and the DS is old. I like the old style, old old school style vapes. I like this stuff. This is me right here. I got a blue one. I'm probably pulling it out either today or tomorrow, and I'm gonna load that up. I'm gonna try my hardest to build coils today. Maybe I'll be too busy, maybe I won't, but I'm gonna try to build coils today, and I'm gonna pull out my blue one and probably throw in a Twisted Messes RDA, and I'm gonna be vaping. Another DS, two DSs in the same day. I don't care. This is what I like. I like my mechanicals, and I like my squonks. Kind of batteries are kind of dead. Batteries are kind of dead. Yeah, for sure. So, like I said, would I tell you not to get it? No. If you're into pods, you want to try something, you feel that maybe this RBA deck is easy to build, and it is easy to build on. Simple, quick, and easy. It is small and tiny, but every RBA deck is small and tiny. Come on, guys. Really? It's going to be small and tiny no matter what. I mean, have you ever worked on the RBA deck on the TFV4? Come on. That thing's small, bro. Um, so, but would I highly recommend it? No. No. The fill ports, the the hard to see inside to know when it's full, when it's not full. I'm constantly spilling juice, filling it up because I either get an air bubble, something pops juice out of it, or something. No. Uh, where I would rate something like this total package a 9 out of 10, maybe a 9.5, maybe a 9.5 out of 10. Uh, no, I would give this a 9 out of 10 total package, and the only Reason why I would give it take a point off is because it is heavy, so I can't carry it in my pockets easy. I gotta take a point off of that. But everything else about this setup to me is like best. So, especially since it's a parallel too, I give extra points for parallels. I really love parallel mods, parallel mechs. I mean, so I give that a 9 out of 10. I can only give this a 7 out of 10 because I just feel between the slow charging. I mean, if it had a much bigger battery and it took that long to charge, I wouldn't mind. But a 1500 milliamp battery taking at least an hour to charge, at least for me, like an hour to charge, then the fill ports, then I can't see if there's juice in there or not. And then you have to take the top cap off of this in order to fill it up. I got to take points off of that, and I'm only going to give this a 7 out of 10. So if this interests you, go try it out. That's the thing. This is fairly inexpensive, so it's not like you're breaking the bank with this. It's not like if Governor Cuomo comes after my stuff, which is almost any day now. Um, no big deal. Get another. I could get another one because it's so affordable. Uh, but would I get it again? No. No, it doesn't beat out my travel mod. My travel mod to spend the day away from home. This has been nothing but a sheer pleasure. Honestly, I have to look and see if I can maybe get another one just to have it in case this one breaks. I like this so much. I'm an idiot for not getting a second one because the motherboards in here, they just go after a while. And in fact, I have it on voltage right there. But let me see something here. If I put this on wattage, I don't know if you can see it here. Let me see if I can see it here. Yeah, take a look at the 0. You see how it's broken at the bottom and the top? Like I have missing pixels here on some areas. I don't know if you could see it. I'll try to get a better... I don't have the best front-facing camera on here, but I have missing pixels on this, and I notice it more in power mode than voltage mode. Voltage mode, you can't tell. There's no even when I put it at 4 volts, the 0 is good there, but it's just in certain spots there are missing pixels. But so I should get another one of these because this just works for me. This type of setup, single coil on top, and this small, lightweight, single battery mod setup. This is what I like walking out of the house with. This won't pull down, my basketball shorts. This works. This does the trick every time. I've been so happy with this. I don't know. I'm old school. I like the old school stuff, and this is the bomb. So I was hoping that the Geek Vape Aegis Boost would maybe replace it. Something a little smaller, something a little lighter, something a little bit maybe more convenient. But there was no convenience with this. It's almost like a pain to set it up. You know what I'm saying? I mean, once the juice is in there and the coil is in there and everything, well, the coil I had no problem. Like I said, to install the coil, no problem. Piece of cake. Easy peasy. But to fill it up with juice, to know how much juice is in it, long charging times, it just like little nitpicky things that I wouldn't replace this if I lost it, and I'd have almost no problem giving this away. Whereas I would never give away my Pulse 80 watt. I would never give away, something that good that lasts me a day in the city. You know, I can't do it. You know, I was hoping that even if I had to carry a spare pod, I wouldn't mind carrying a spare pod if I had to. You know what I mean? But with the other little nitpicky pain in the necks and this only 2 mil, come on, make it taller, make this at least 3.5, 4 mils like that is. Come on, it's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. And I know this was a long video, so already 55 minutes. I've been rambling and rambling and rambling and rambling, and you guys are probably saying, oh my God, Harry, you really needed 55 minutes to tell us all of this? Sorry, man. Sometimes I speak a little too much. But let's have one more hit, and I'll say goodbye. Yeah, boy. See, as much as I complain about it, it's a very satisfactory vape. A very satisfactory vape. Alrighty, guys. You have a wonderful day, and I'll see you later.